After Jesus' temptation in the wilderness, St. Luke says, "Then Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit to Galilee." We take note that the Holy Spirit does not leave Jesus. This is significant because in the Old Testament, the Holy Spirit would come and go, but he never leaves Jesus. King David prays in Psalm 50, "Take not thy Holy Spirit from me." Jesus came to Nazareth, the place where he had been brought up, and entered the synagogue and opened to Isaiah's prophecy about himself, the Messiah, and read it before the people. "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and recovery of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord." The Jews of the time know that this is a messianic prophecy. After Jesus reads this passage, he preaches about it. The people marveled at Jesus' words, saying, "Is this not Joseph's son?" Meaning, he is just the simple son of a carpenter. How can he know all of this? He is not even educated. There are two clues here that show that Jesus himself is reading from the Septuagint in Greek, not from the Hebrew text. The Septuagint Old Testament is the version that the Orthodox Church uses until today. The people of Nazareth want Jesus to do the miracles that he did in the big city, but he refuses because he says, no prophet is accepted in his own country. Jesus didn't want to simply do tricks for the people. He knew that they would not believe him because they knew him as a child. Jesus gives two examples of this, using Elias and Eliseus doing miracles away from where they live. They not only are doing miracles away from home, they do them for Gentiles because most of Israel was faithless at that time. Jesus is comparing the people at the synagogue in Nazareth to the faithless Israelites of Elias and Eliseus' generation. The Gospel of Luke is written to Gentiles, showing that Jesus came to his people first, but they rejected him. So now he is there for the Gentiles. St. Luke is saying that this is not something new. Christ coming to the Gentiles was not an afterthought, however, but always part of the plan, as we see it prophesied in the actions of Elias and Eliseus. By saying these things, Jesus enrages the Jews. St. Luke records, "So all those in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath, and rose up and thrust him out of the city. And they led him to the brow of the hill on which their city was built, that they might throw him down over the cliff. Then passing through the midst of them, he went away." In the Gospel according to St. Mark, Jesus is rejected by the people of Nazareth. St. Mark records the people saying, "Where did this man get these things? And what wisdom is this which is given to him, that such mighty works are performed by his hands? Is this not the carpenter, the son of Mary, and the brother of James, Joseph, Judas, and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us?" So they were offended at him. By referring to Jesus as the son of Mary, the people of Nazareth were insulting Christ. They did not believe in the virgin birth of Christ, but they also did not believe that Joseph was the father. They were implying that Jesus was an illegitimate child. By referring to Jesus' brothers and sisters, the people of Nazareth, who knew Joseph for years, knew that those siblings of Jesus were Joseph's children from a previous marriage and not children of Mary. Joseph was an old man when he was betrothed to Mary and was a widower of his wife, Salome, who had 8 children. Some days later, Jesus and his disciples traveled east to the Sea of Galilee and got on a boat, crossing to the land of the Gadarenes. Jesus fell asleep on the boat, and a windstorm came upon the sea, and their boat was filling with water, and they were in danger. The disciples' faith was tested by the storm. As we will see, Jesus chastises the disciples for their faithlessness. They doubt that Jesus is the Messiah and God. Instead of praying or going directly to Jesus for help, they panic. St. Ephrem the Syrian says, "While the ship was quietly bearing Jesus' humanity, the power of his Godhead was wonderfully carrying the ship itself." In the stilling of the storm, the prophecies of the prophets Habakkuk and Nahum were fulfilled. The Gospel according to St. Mark often presents the theme of Jesus being the God who is coming to destroy the power of Satan. In Genesis, it says that the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. This was to control the chaos, meaning the devil, that was known to dwell in large bodies of water. By calming the sea, Christ not only shows that he has power over all creation, but also over Satan. We will see this again when Jesus arrives in the land of the Gadarenes. By calming the sea, St. John Chrysostom says that Jesus transforms turmoil into tranquility and chaos into paradise. When they had crossed the sea, right after the storm, Jesus and his disciples came upon the land of the Gadarenes, where there was a boy with a demonic spirit. This is a different incident than the one later found in Mark 9. According to St. Ambrose, the demoniac was an unclean Gentile from outside Israel, the epitome of Gentiles doomed to death who are caught in the futility of their pagan worship, which really is the worship of demons. For the pagans, they wouldn't have thought of demon possession as necessarily a bad thing. They would have seen this as the gods touching this man. The people were most likely chaining the demoniac up in order to be able to speak to the demons through him. The people did not care that he was harming himself, so long as they could use him as a medium. This man contained thousands of demons, as we know by the name legion, which was a measured unit used by the Roman army. We later find out that they entered about 2,000 swine, so this also gives us a clue of how many there were in this one man. The demons referred to him as Jesus, Son of the Most High God. They know who Jesus is better than even the disciples who had just feared for their lives on the boat. Demons' goals are to destroy mankind both physically and spiritually. They do this out of jealousy of man and to hurt God, who loves mankind. St. Cyril of Alexandria says, "There are details in the miracle that may sound strange to the ears of one who has never encountered a person possessed by demons. The nakedness, the chains, the madness, the abyss, and the destruction of the pigs. But the details clearly show the cruelty of demons when they possess a person. Jesus releases those who are in bondage to the demonic forces and therefore is feared by them. They show haughtiness and pride in the way they address Jesus. The man is able to break the iron chains, not by his own strength, but by the power of the demons." Jesus once again shows that he is God by exercising power over the demons. The demons are asking for Christ's mercy, even though they are not merciful to the man whom they were tormenting. Jesus removes the demons from the man, but has mercy on them by not destroying them. Jesus fulfills the demons' demand to not be thrown into hell, so instead Jesus allows the unclean spirits to enter into the unclean animals, the swine. The demons show that they do not have authority to do anything on their own, but even need God's permission to enter swine, let alone to torment humans. God allows demons to torment us when we depart from his protection. The demons now torment and destroy the pigs, because demons are only capable of destruction. They end up sending themselves to hell, even after begging Jesus not to send them there. The Gadarenes are enraged that Jesus caused their swine to die. Jesus shakes the foundation of the faith of the Gadarenes, and so they ask him to leave. The formerly possessed man is the only one who's converted to Christ and asks to join him. Christ sends him out as an apostle to convert people to him.